What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? I want to do something here real quick, and I want to, again, I've been trying to get in some shows and get in some topics and everything, getting back on the swing. And best believe we will get 10 toes down back on a regular schedule. But yeah, man, as you see New York is in the process of a dig out. You can look at the big snow mounds over there. They did a good job at this ShopRite Plaza of digging out. But I want to get into a little bit of LeBron James chatter, because let's keep it real. I catch a lot of smoke for my honest takes. And I can't even do a show without content creators and content creation critics jumping in and hijacking it. I held it on. I mean, these guys came in and just wanted to run their mouth. I didn't have the mute button on the show yesterday, and I frankly don't like using the mute button. But hey, I jumped in. I said what I said. I think people have a problem listening. But I want to do something like this. I want to do something because I was just listening to a video. Was well done. Again, I just want to give my take on it. I mean, I'm gonna start getting to the point where I can react to certain things that I watch directly. But yeah, man, what you got going on with the Lakers this season and LeBron James, and in a season where you have Derrick Rose Day, right? Where Derrick Rose got his number retired, it goes to show you, right? It goes to show you. Now, look, LeBron James, let's just say Derrick Rose never gets hurt. LeBron James is still a greater player. I have LeBron James at number 8. And that's a controversial take to some, because people are brainwashed to believe he's the second greatest player of all time. I tend to think he was maybe the third or fourth best player of all time. But greatest, yeah, there's a lot to be desired. And see, this is what you get, right? When you try to really properly assess LeBron's career and you try to bring up everything in it. See, a lot of LeBron fans, they only want to skip to the highlights, and they want to skip over the lowlights. And when you tell people, well, like I did yesterday on Debunked, hey guys, I use lowlights for everybody. It's funny. I even went to 4 during the course of this conversation. I went to 4 lowlights of Magic Johnson's career. But let me get into the Derrick Rose part, right? Because Derrick Rose got his number retired. He is a guy who had an injury. I personally felt that Derrick Rose could have did a better job in his rehab. And again, you can't really tell somebody how to rehab. I don't know how badly he hurt his ACL. But ACL injuries in the past have never been a death sentence for an NBA career. And I believe Derrick Rose was a little bit overly cautious and he never was able to gain back. He was never really able to gain it back. All right, so he was never really able to gain his ability back, but he was able to get a new normal to his career. And he actually was while he was never the same guy as far as lightning jumping through the air, he was able to reinvent himself. He was able to reinvent himself and become a 6-man. He was 6th Man of the Year candidate twice with Minnesota and New York. And yeah, it goes to show you, right? Okay, he even played with LeBron James one year. He even played with LeBron James one particular season, and was traded off that team. He was traded to Minnesota, where he was able to have a pretty good year and a half with them. And then he wound up coming to the Knicks, I believe, directly after that. I believe that's what he was, either that or they got him from the Bulls. I can't remember exactly, but it was a move that pretty much brought the Knicks into this era. So again, Derrick Rose is a player that Knicks fans have a lot of love for. You know, the Bulls fans have a lot of love. Minnesota has a lot of love. The only place where he didn't get love where he played was Cleveland. That's kind of interesting, right? But that's the deal. That's what you get when you deal with the LeBron James. Guys who play with him, whatever the role, whatever the capacity, they succeed in roles, secondary roles elsewhere, and they're questioned with him. Now I get it. Anthony Davis injury problems has followed him to Dallas, but you know, I think at this point, and shout out to, again, I forget who I want to shout out the video I was watching. I was kind of listening to the video. I just kind of clicked on it, and I didn't see who. Maybe I will put it in the description afterwards when I download the video. But he's showing that LeBron James at this point, 41 year 23, 40 year 22, 39 year 21, 38 year 20, it's become a bit of a leech. The Lakers have no real point of contention. Like they have no real, like they're not contenders. I mean, I'm gonna say this again. They're decent in the standings, and again, 14 that's lost 16, 17 games, and 15 or 16 of them have been by double digits. They're not going to win the championship this year, right? They're looking more and more like a team that's going to be a first round out. Okay? LeBron James' defense, and I've said this for a long time, LeBron James' defense is comically bad. You know what I mean? It's like his defense is comically bad. Comically bad. Okay? And what's going on there is it's hurt his team. It's been hurting his team for a while. And there's a guy that says, I want to continue to play. I don't want to cheat the game. And that's exactly what he's doing. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he's doing. He's cheating the game at this point. He is definitely cheating the game. Because, again, he's accumulating numbers off the ability to run. And again, he has one thing I can say, his longevity of being a good athlete has been great. I don't think he's a great basketball player. I haven't thought him to be a great basketball player for a while. And unfortunately, I get to look at this. I get to see a guy who basically plays one side of the floor. And as the video said, he uses the euphemism roaming as basically meaning he stands in the paint waiting for the inevitable chase down block. That's what LeBron James does. And he calls that defense. It's not defense. It's not even close to being defense. It's not defense. It really is. Really, what it really is embarrassing. Let's call a spade. And again, it is structurally since 2021 has structurally crippled the Lakers. But yet there is no statistic that can really point that out. And when you see his offensive numbers, his points, rebounds, and assists, he's not elite at shot blocking. He's not elite at stealing. Like LeBron James is not using this part of his career to lead the league in steals or be amongst the league leaders. He's not playing great on-ball defense. He's not playing, again, he's getting assists because, again, most of the offense runs through him. He's getting rebounds because, yes, he's guarding the back line. And when somebody's got to get the misses, right? Usually the defensive team, the defensive players, at this point, his rebounds is so embarrassingly bad. Can you call what he's doing defense? Again, I'm not, and shout out to the guys who I referred to earlier, who hijacked Debunk yesterday. And for the most part, they did this basically grifting. I mean, well, I'll put it this way. They did this grifting, and the grifter, and I'm going to call it out. We'll call you out, Hollywood Herm. You are in a 100-day roast of LeBron James telling the world that but you're a safe puncher. I think you're doing it for attention. I don't do this for attention. Bro, King Speech Rose says what he says because he believes what he believes. And I think that's gonna always be the crux in the manner of my content. I say what I say because I believe what I believe. I believe what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything to grift. I'm not saying anything for attention. I don't have LeBron. I mean, bro, I honestly would love to talk about other shit. I don't want to talk about LeBron 24/7. I don't talk about LeBron 24/7. You'll look at my videos, where every one of them talk about LeBron. Well, yeah, that's the thing. LeBron is unfortunately, is still one of the faces of the league. And that's probably the problem with the league. That he's one of the faces of the league. That's the problem, one of the problems with the league. Why is this guy one of the faces of the league? So, with that being said, right? With that being said, LeBron James continues to show the world I can still get numbers. I must be the greatest. It's like watching your great fighters past their prime. Yeah, they can still put on a show, but they're not. This is not this is prime Ali. This isn't prime Tyson. Like watching a Tyson fight, we're still gonna watch. And see, boxing it's a point, especially in a gladiator sport, is more impressive. It's like more exciting than basketball, especially team basketball at this point. And again, just remember, one is a gladiator sport 101. The other one is, team. Like the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, we all stood up to watch it just to see. It was horrible. It was really hard to see Mike go out like that. That be his last, exhibition in the ring. And that's what it was. It was an exhibition. It wasn't really a real fight. And then shout out to Anthony Joshua for breaking that man's jaw. But LeBron James is a lot better than that. I think the thing is if LeBron James really wasn't cheating the game and he gave you an honest effort, you'd see different results than what you're seeing. And therein lies the fraud. Therein lies the hocus pocus act, the magic act. LeBron James wants you to believe, he wants everybody to believe that he's still playing at this all-star level. He's not going to be an all-star this year. Thank God. I want the all-star game is going to be in Los Angeles, and LeBron James is probably not going to be, and no one should step aside for that clown. I'm sorry. No one, absolutely no one should step aside and let LeBron James get their spot. No. You're talking about a guy who called out at the last minute. I swear to God, I will boycott that All-Star game. I made a point of watching it last year just to see if the gimmick they put on could lead to anything, good. I made a point of watching it last year. And it was awful. But the worst part about it is LeBron James himself decided, well, let me call out. Let me call out the last minute. I'm not going to, he in a press conference told the world, I'm not playing. And a guy like Norman Powell, who absolutely deserved a spot last year, to be a first-time All-Star, was denied the opportunity of even being the honor of replacing you. That's the selfishness of LeBron James, man. And I'm sick of his fanboys. Like, see, this is what we forget. Basketball is a team sport. You need a collective effort to win in basketball. It never has been an individual sport, yet we treat it like it's an individual sport. Derrick Rose was a great team player. He was a great Bull. He got honored by Scottie Pippen, another all-time great Bull. You know what I'm saying? I bet you Michael Jordan gave in a written statement. If I don't even know, and I bet you Michael Jordan offered some sort of congratulations to Derrick Rose as well. The guy that reinvented himself. The guy that, you know what I mean? He got paid a lot of money. He ain't get paid the $53 million that LeBron's getting paid. The 40-something million, but the year before that. And again, I'm one of the guys that said when LeBron was in his prime, he was getting underpaid. $100 million wouldn't have been enough to pay LeBron James a year. But now at this point, when he's not in his prime, when he's just grifting for numbers, nah, LeBron James is stealing money because he's preventing the Lakers from being a great team. And again, it's almost like people just don't want to say the truth. LeBron James is a grifter. He is just grifting the Lakers. God, and again, trust me, I'm not making a dime off this channel yet. I plan to, but when I do, I will not be just a LeBron James cooker, man. And shout out to those that do, bro. There's no shot at, the guys that I respect because I rock with them. The guys that I rock with, but they all tell, the thing is, when you do this, when you do this, you're not hating, you're telling the truth. I'm going to say it again. There is no hating and truth telling. None. You're not hating to tell the truth. And anybody that believes that or wants to intimate that, well, you're just a zesty fanboy. You're just a fanboy. And shout out to all you fanboys. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna keep going the way I keep going, man. There ain't no doubt about it. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from saying what I have to say. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. LeBron James, again, like I said, I don't play he had Scottie Pippen game. I don't play because like I say, he had Anthony Davis, he had Dwayne Wade. You got two of the greatest players that ever came from Chicago. Jordan had some equipment manager from Arkansas. I think y'all need to get it right, bros. God was the guy who started his because of the equipment manager. Dwayne Wade and Anthony Davis, man, they were all Americans. They were legends. Anthony Davis, again, shout out to I forget. I had either the debate or yesterday. Somebody pointed out that Anthony Davis won on all levels of basketball. Right? All levels. Olympics, college, high school, the pros. It might have been her. And then again, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something else. But he doesn't, but yeah, it was sturdy, actually. So shout out to you, Sturdy. Right? You pointed that out. But guess what? Thanks to LeBron James and his fan base, no one ever brings that up as the first thing you hear when you talk about Anthony Davis. No one ever says this guy won at every level. Every single level, high school, like again, you can only a few people can say that. Only a few people can say I won at the Olympics, I won in college, I won in high school, and I won in the pros. But because LeBron James had to sneak and basically, take Anthony Davis Finals MVP, people believe that LeBron James won that bubble championship, and Anthony Davis did because he had to outshine him by getting better numbers. LeBron James, look. I mean, I sometimes I get mad. I fault myself for getting caught up in some of these bullshit ass conversations. But you got to do what you got to. You do it for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, this is what it is. And people ask, why do I address it? Because the conversations follow me. These are below me to talk about trying to shit on Anthony Davis to make a point. It's below me. It's way below me. Yet I have to address it when people bring it to my doorstep. I have to address it, and that's the problem. That's the problem. We played it with without games, all that. I don't do that stuff. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Derrick Rose was an MVP, never won a championship, but he got his numbers retired by a great franchise, right? A franchise that won 6 championships. Yes, he didn't add to that championship total, but he gave the Bulls a few exciting seasons. Came back, tried to make good. You know what I'm saying? He can walk out with his head respected by a franchise. LeBron James will get his number retired. He'll get his honors and all that. But there's no dignity. Like, at this point, yes, he is sticking around to pad his stats and convince the world that I'm the great LeBron James. You're in my aura. Just, it's a shame. It really is a shame. But, I mean, I'm going to continue fighting a good fight. I'm going to continue saying what I got to say, King Rowe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what it is. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. LeBron James, bro, just get this over with, man. Announce your retirement, or, even do the Jay-Z route. Keep retiring. Keep retiring so we can miss you and appreciate you and get it over with. Because I honestly, bro, I'm over it. I'm really seriously over it. It's just tedious at this point. And all we can do is I'm almost at a loss for words because I'm kind of distracted right now. But hey, it's time. It's time to end this. Please, LeBron, go out with some dignity. You had a great career. The last 10 years you've held on. I mean, really, we haven't taken you seriously in about 5 to 6 years. It's time to end this, bro. Leave while you still have a shred of greatness, because people are starting to catch wind of your game. You're leeching, and that's the perfect word to describe what you're doing. You're leeching. You're hurting other players. You're not truly leading. You're not truly helping anybody get better. And if that's the case, then you really need to figure out what you're doing. All right, signing out.